everybody, welcome to JK Esport. This is Tier 1, Season 3, Round 5, Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're riding with Sam Barrett, your championship leader, tied in points with El Majacco, but with 2 wins would technically be the title winner if it were to end. See a few people getting laps in there. Ginnett 134.6 is the benchmark so far. Keza 35.4. Bacon. Catman got a lap in. Jacko goes 134.1. Here comes Sam 134.1 as well. Just less than 100th of a second, 8 milliseconds separating Sam and Jacko on the first laps. We'll go find Dace coming around. Looks like he invalidated, so he's gonna slow down. We'll go catch Holmesy now coming. Oh, looks like he's just starting his flyer. See Barry a little further back, also on his first flyer. Looks like he got... We'll just ride along with Holmesy here. Let me get some more information ready to share with you all. Like I said, this is JK Esport F1 Racing League every Saturday night. Not every Saturday night, but most every Saturday night. So here's Holmesy now through the final sector, final right hand turn. Come across the line. We'll go P3. So knocks Ginnett down to 4th, second row. Patriot. We'll go check out Will coming around now through the second chicane onto the second DRS straight. Getting a little tow maybe from his Renault teammate ahead. Looks like Sparks giving him a little tow. Gonna get out of the way nice and clean. Lets him through the little chicane. Another little chicane. Abu Dhabi's full of them. Seems like. It's most everyone going back in the pits for fresh tires again. As a longer lap makes for less laps in qualifying. You gotta get in and out real quick. Get your 3 laps set. Maybe you could do 4. I kind of doubt it. Unless you run 2 at once. There's Will across the line into P6, just ahead of his teammate. So Renault, good showing so far in qualifying. Looks like that's FI. He's on an in lap. So probably most everyone on in laps now. As Will Holmesy just finished. Most everyone else in the pit. So first runs in. Jacko and Sam 134.1, 134.1. That lines up with the championship standings. We'll get a check on that. Find someone on the track for you to watch at least. There's Scavney on an outlap coming around Sector 3. Looks like he's got a Ferrari ahead of him. Holmesy into the pit lane, so we'll ride with Scavney. You're JK Esports Season 1 champion. Sam Barrett was the Season 2 champion. We're going to check the driver standings right now. It is Sam Barrett and El Majacco tied with 71 points. 2 wins for Sam, 1 win for Jacko. Puts him in first. Terrible FI in third with 46 points. Ginnett to win it. 4th with 44 points. Random Series 5th with 33 points. But he is no longer in the league, so he will be dropping. Holmesy will technically be in 5th. Scavney, Uncle Ben, Catman, and C. Barry rounding out the top 10 after 4 rounds. Here's Scavney down the long. First DRS straight, hard brake. Left to right. I can never get the good grip out of that corner. Looked like Scavney did it nice and smooth there onto the second DRS straight with now yellows flashing for a second, but they're gone already for the little bit of traffic ahead. Scavney on my screen showing purple. Probably just his best sector. I think that's how that works on the qualifying screens. Because now he's into another hard brake, hard right, third gear back to the left, feather the throttle, tap the brake, third gear, nail it. Hard little tap of the brake to the right. A little bit more of a tap to the brake for the final right. Comes across, keeps it valid on that final corner, goes P3. So good lap there, Scavney with a 134.5. Good lap there for Scavney. Puts it on second row. We'll go back and find Jalen now into the third sector. We'll go ahead. T-Bird's just ahead of him on track. Coming around to put his first time in. Keeps it nice and tight there. Make it valid. Goes P9. We'll fall back, find Jalen now. Coming into the third sector again. This looks like Sam and FI both on outlaps. So we'll check some constructor standings as well. Also a tight battle as the top four in the driver's points are teammates of two separate teams. They are the Alfa Romeo with 117 points of Sam and FI, and the Racing Point with 115 points of Jacko and Ginnett. So tight constructors. Bit of a gap to third, 79-point gap from second to third as Ginnett goes pole, 133.7. Says take that, Racing Point teammate. As I should be watching there. Ooh, that looked like a old Keza having an off-course excursion there in qualifying. Gets it going back again. He'll have plenty of time to get in and get out. We'll find Jacko on track coming around the final corner, seeing if he can take pole back away from his teammate. He does not. He does lower his time by 0.3 of a second, but he's still a tenth off of Ginnett now as Sam slow through sector 1, so he must have had an abort or traffic or something going on there. As Catman, we'll find Catman also. Everyone waiting for everyone. It's a slow down, hoedown on the front first DRS straight. Find someone closer to the line. Here's Terrible FI. Long-time league member. Very consistent. Perfect attendance award last season, as he and Sam both had the perfect attendance. Crosses the line, P12. Don't think he improved his time there. I think these are both on in laps. That's Ginnett, Jacko. So almost everyone's setting a lap. Dace DNF there. I missed that. Mark of Kenya on an outlap. Invalidated his outlap, but that's fine. You don't need a valid outlap, just an outlap. As now everybody again in the pit lane. We'll go find Bacon, invalid. Here's Taylor, new league member, joining us in the Williams team. That's not what I wanted to push on there. So Taylor goes P7 and keeps right on trucking. Looks like they're going for another. Might as well, 5 minutes left. See if you can get a double bubble in there as Rusty put in 17th, but is now invalid. So we'll find Mark now coming around. I think that's Sam. No, that's FI behind. So we'll ride with Mark here, unless he just invalidated. No, he's valid now. We'll find Mark into turn 1. Not sure how long I was on that view. Sorry about that. As he's coming up on a little bit of traffic, cleanly out of the way there, into the chicane to hairpin combo. Back on the gas for the long straight. DRS straight. Wing open. Still a Racing Point front row lockout, 4 minutes to go in the qualifying session. Let me get my Discord back up here. Make sure. Oh, that's not what I wanted there. There's Mark now into the third sector, full of turns. Quite a few of them 90s. It's now under 4 minutes to go. See Jacko out, in and out again on an out lap. Scavney holding P4. T-Widow also on track. We'll jump behind. I believe Scavney is next on track behind Mark. Coming around the final corner now. Mark of Kenya jumps to P5. Scavney, nope, that's Keza right behind him, starting in the Flyer, as is the Renault, as is the AlphaTauri. So we're on board with Scavney now into the second DRS zone again. See if he can improve on his P4. As T-Widow improves on his time to go P4, knocks Scavney down to 5th. At the moment, good time there for T-Widow. Showing a lot more pace, a lot more patience, a lot more consistency this season. Is T-Widow in the Haas team. There's a nice on-board view of Scavney doing the handiwork with the wheel. Comes back. Little wiggle, but still valid. Nicely done the last couple corners there. Across the line. We'll take P4 back from T-Widow by 22 milliseconds. He has 4th to 5th covered. As let's see who's next across the line. Looks like that's Mark coming in. So that's Keza on a Flyer now in the other Red Bull. Nice overhead view of the hotel turn. Nicely in the lines and valid. See if he can improve his 35.4 into the final corner. Keeps it clean, keeps it smooth, crosses line, 134.1 up for P3, so smashing lap there for Keza. We got a Will coming across, does improve 1 spot to P10. As Mark will retire and be content with his 7th place at the moment. Says I think that's the best I can do for now. So Catman out lap. Looks like T-Bird coming around on a Flyer. 1.5 minutes to go, so if you're going 2 laps you might as well go again. T-Bird 135.3, still in P13. Well, fine, that's one of the Racing Points. Looks like Jacko into the final corner again. Takes pole, 133.6, so he gets a little jump on his teammate Ginnett there. Is now FI crossing the line. Looks like he's going to start another Flyer under a minute to go. Everyone coming, trying to get their final laps in. As Haas crosses the line, I believe that's Catman starting a Flyer. Scavney into the pits. Going to be done with his qualifying effort for the day. As Ginnett will make it to the line in plenty of time. Looks like all these guys in Sector 3. Kind of a traffic jam backup. But I think they should all make it if they keep it clean. Sam around now. Keza into the pit lane. AlphaTauri of Jalen, I believe, also into the pit lane. Renault coming around. There's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 to go. So there's a few more into the pit lane. We'll ride with Sam Barrett. Actually, we'll find the cars out on track. Looks like T-Bird going to be the first to cross with the checker flag, but he is invalidated, so that will be his final effort. As here's FI now. Coming to the hotel turn. Nice view of the fancy diamond glass work. in the Abu Dhabi desert. Final two corners, right-handers into the front straight, pit straight. Across the line goes P11 with, looks like Taylor right behind, ending up P9. So now we've got Ginnett, looks like Jacko. Jacko's satisfied with his lap, so that's Catman coming around. Invalid. So we'll ride Ginnett. As Jacko goes into the pit lane, here comes Ginnett trying to steal pole position back in the final corner. Final lap, final corner. He does with a 6.25. Let's see if Sam Barrett can steal it away from the Racing Points. Oh, and he does with a 1:33.565. So they're showing their mettle here. Who can do what at the very end? Here's Seabury coming across the line. Improves up to P13 for Seabury. And I believe that will be everyone across the line. So Jacko steals pole. Ginnett steals pole. Sam Barrett steals pole at the very end. On the final flyers, Sam again. Team Alfa Romeo putting the pole position on. Is it Honesy, the only top 10 runner on the mediums? Sam knocking the front row lockout away from Racing Point. Ginnett, Jacko second, third, Keza fourth, Scavney fifth for Red Bull. T-Wit06, Mark seventh, Honesy, Taylor, Will, FI, Catman, Seabury, Sparks 14th, T-Bird 15th, Jalen 16th, Bacon, Rusty, and Dace with no time. We'll start 19th. We'll take a break. That's a hell of a time, 1:33.5. Nice run. Top three within just over a tenth of a second. So get your drink, get your smoke. We're going to take a 2-minute break after the exciting end of qualifying. Stay tuned for JK Sport Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So we're back. There's Sam capturing pole position, his second consecutive pole position. There's row 2, or excuse me, position 2 and 3. Keza in 4th, Scabney, the other Red Bull 5th, T-Widow. Here's T-Widow in the Haas. Mark 7th, Honesy, Ferrari teammates. Taylor starting 9th. Will 10th in the Renault. And then it's free tire choice. We'll check that real quick. As I said, Honesy the only starter in the top 10 on the mediums. It looks like Seabury, Sparks, T-Bird, Jalen, Rusty, and Dace will all start on the medium tire. That's Bacon, Catman, and FI will opt to start on the softs. It was a suggested 2-stop race. You probably can stretch it to 1 if you're good with your tires. Do a long, medium, maybe. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm not good at strategy. So let's get that on. Nothing. Interval. Disabled. Disabled. Yes. Okay. And that's how I like it. We'll run through the rest of the field. There's FI, Catman, and the other Haas. Being ghosted by Lewis Hamilton there. Old Seabury. There's Sparks, as you're not getting a good view. We'll get back up to the front of the grid as now they're forming up to get the race underway. I can't see the lights. There's the lights. 4 lights, 5 lights, 0 lights. Green flag racing. Good getaway from Ginnett on the inside. Will take the lead through the first corner. Ginnett ahead of Sam. Jacko away clean. T-Widow got a good jump on one of the Red Bulls there behind for 4th. See a little bit of smoke coming as these cars get up to speed. T-Widow looking to get around Jacko there for 3rd, but Ginnett keeps the lead. Looks like nice and clean there toward the back of the pack. Everyone's single file now through the first hairpin. Mostly looks like Mercedes and AlphaTauri side by side toward the back. Everyone cleaning away though. No yellows at all. Rusty a bit behind the field. FI keeping it clean as well. There's Ginnett now possibly overtaken Sam, looking at the outside. Side by side down the straight. Ginnett gonna push a little bit, but he's got the racing line to the inside. Makes Sam touch that brake a little bit more than he has to. Gets away. That's gonna get Jacko back up on the back of Sam now as T-Widow and Keza. Scabney dropped a few spots on the start, but everyone's back hanging out. There's a beautiful camera angle overhead. Ginnett leading Sam, leading Jacko, T-Widow, Keza, Honesy, everyone through, everyone clean. Finishing the first lap. Nice green flag lap, everyone. Good start. Ginnett, Sam, Jacko in the lead. T-Widow holding 4th. There, it'll cycle back through once everyone gets through. Show the actual Ginnett, Sam, Jacko order. T-Widow falling a little back, but Keza, Honesy, Scabney, everyone gonna be in DRS range come lap 3. Bacon gets ahead of Jace there. Here he's showing some, why would you do a 3-stop strategy? Not sure about that, but Dace and Bacon in a battle there toward the back. Everyone else Kind of just settling in now, lap 2. We'll see T-Widow here. Just cruising, hanging on for 4th. As, oh, there's a yellow. As that's Impossible Bacon with the spin. Gets it going again. Just a local yellow, no safety car involved. Coming around now to start lap 3. Everyone keeping it clean, no penalties so far. DRS enabled. Here's Jacko. This looks like Will gonna have to pit. Must have picked up some damage there. A little early to pit for no reason. As, ooh, there's a spin. Is it Keza? Looks like Keza dropping spots. It is Keza. He spun hardcore out of turn 3, 4. Gets it going. Looks like no wing damage. Possible end plate scrapes. But he's gonna get it going again. But at the front, Gennett gotten away. Gennett and Sam gotten away a tiny bit from Jacko, who's gotten also away from T-Widow. As there's Sparks and Scavney now. Scavney gonna have the DRS boost. Sparks has the inside line. Coming down to the hard break of the second DRS straight. Gives the line back a little bit. Oh, little bump. Scavney had to back out there. Cost him a few positions from the little bump there with Sparks. And he keeps it tame, keeps it under control. We'll have to watch the little train form ahead of him now. So he'll hope Taylor and Mark can make quick work of Sparks. Help him get around. And we'll see Sam keeping it within DRS of the leader. About half a second into turn 1. As there we're on lap 4. The first time penalty given for track limit warnings. Sam not quite. Looks like he lost a little bit there through the first sector. See if he can gain it back. With the wing open on the DRS straight. Again, its lights are flashing away, so he must be out of the ERS at the moment. Gonna have to recharge. Sam not close enough to make a move. A little bit of a lockup. It's DRS open again. Say with no ERS boost, looks like Sam will make up bit of a ground there on the DRS straights, but it's tough to get around anywhere else if you don't have the DRS and that long run to use it in. So we'll ride on board. It's your leader. Gennett to win it. Won the season opener. Let me have that up somewhere. Gennett to win it. Won the season opener in Australia. Sam won at Vietnam. Jacko won at Canada in week 3. Sam won Austria last week. So it's a tight battle at the top with these 3-4 guys. FI also with 2 podiums on the year. As Sparks there gets some penalty time. And another yellow. Ooh, looks like T-Widow went around. Got it back under control. Little lockup. Falls another spot to Mark though in the meantime. So Scavney has caught up to Taylor, who Sparks gotten away a little bit. Jacko holding his about second behind Sam and Gennett. Holmesy catching the field on the medium tire, so that his opposite strategy could work very well to his advantage. Looks like Scavney gonna get DRS on Taylor here. Taylor gonna Tell him I'm going inside line. Holding Scavney off through the little chicane there. Nice view of some cars coming through. As there's, what's that? It looks like a yellow flag for Rusty, possibly. Just locals. Through Sector 3. Scavney just not close enough to make the move just yet. Is Ginnett now stretching it outside of DRS range from Sam. As there's, you'll see penalty time popping up. We are lap 6 of 28 in Abu Dhabi. Ginnett to win it with a 1 second advantage over Sam, who's got a 1.5 seconds on Jacko for third. Honesy gaining about a 1/10 or 2 a lap maybe on Jacko. Maybe 3/10. With the alternate strategy, I say these soft tires of the front runners now have been through punishing qualifying laps and a race start and 6 more laps. So as we'll see, here you see Scavney DRS assist inside of Taylor. Taylor gonna have the move. Scavney getting bumped there. Mark, Scavney side by side. Mark gonna get through. Taylor and Scavney behind. Taylor's got Scavney hunting, and Mark was the benefactor of that with the double move on both with the bump. So the contact made. Pretty sure no damage for either car there, Scavney or Taylor. Another little lockup. Mark gonna get through. 2 position advantage there. This is the closest battle on track. We'll hang with that. Seabury sees them just up front watching the battle closely. Is that Taylor ducking into the pit lane? He does indeed. So Mark and Taylor into the pit lane, both onto the brakes. Excellently to get down to the speed limit. So we'll see where they come out. They pitted from 5th and 6th. Coming out looks like about 16th. Well, they're still stopped, so they will come out at the very back of the pack. As Honesy took penalty time there in the meantime. Scavney also. Here's a little look back on the Ferrari. Sam again in DRS range, though. He's caught Ginnett yet again. Just gonna have to pick a time to cleanly send it. See if he can get around Ginnett and make pace to get away from him, as they're keeping it pretty close. These top 2 been fighting the first 7 laps now, almost a quarter of the way through the Grand Prix. Excuse me, there's saw Ginnett in the pit lane going from the softs to the mediums. So leader, the first to pit of the front runners, FI follows him in the Alfa Romeo, so that'll give Sam clearance. No double stack worries for any team now. At the top anyway. As you see, Keza and Bacon making some ground up. T-Bird in 10th, Catman 9th at the moment. Ginnett out of the pit lane in 8th place. See if he can make up some time on the field on the outlap, as Jacko now gets around Sam Barrett. So he said, his engineer said, hey, pick up the pace. We're going to have to pit soon. Use up them tires because we won't need them anymore. Jacko obliges. Puts in a smashing lap as he's gotten to and around Sam. And now a few tenths away from him already. On lap 8. We'll see after this turn. Neither decide to come into the pit lane this time around, so they're going to press the softs one more time at least. Honesy as well, but he's on the mediums, so he should be able to stay out a good 3, 4, 5 laps at least on the others. As here comes Seabury. I think those mediums are the tire to be on if you started on them at the moment. They're seeming to have more pace than the red softs now, falling away. Lap 9, Scavney does not pit as well, so here you see Catman now into the pit lane, lap 9. As there's a big corner cut from Seabury with a wiggle out of turn 1, 2, that's turn 2, 3, the little wiggle there. Got it back under control though. There's Catman out of the pits now. Looks like in 16th. He can get passed by a couple more due to the long pit lane exit. There you see Seabury and Scavney. Seabury gonna look inside. Gonna get the move made, I think. Scavney's gonna let that go. No, he will not. Scavney with a fight back, but can't fight it hard enough. Seabury gets around, but now the wing opens for Scavney, as he's got some company coming from behind. Ginnett coming in a hurry on his fresh medium tires. See if he can get around. Oops, Scavney goes wide there. Ginnett's gonna say thank you for that little opening. Takes it. He's gonna press up on to Seabury in sector 3 here. We'll see if he can make a couple moves. That's, if you can get around people there, that's extra benefit. Is Sam Barrett now into the pit lane, so we'll see. Ginnett right on the back of Seabury. Gonna get the good run. Seabury giving them the space. Turn 1. Look nice and clean. Dace now up to 6th as well. Sam falling back 8th, 9th. Looks like 9th place. He's gonna come out. Nope, he got out ahead of T-Bird. So he's in 8th place. Scavney still yet to pit, as Rusty now into the pits at the back of the pack. Holmesy up to 2nd. Jacko pressing one more lap on the softs. He may possibly be eyeing the one stop. Press a set of mediums a good 18 laps, 17, 18 laps. Holmesy is coming though. Those mediums are working. Now from lap 8, 9, 10, the mediums have been strong. Ginnett up to 4th, has a big gap, but the top 3 will have to pit, so he's going to have I think a big advantage. This is a longer pit stop, a good 23 seconds or so, I believe. I think it says that on the screen and I just never catch it. As here's Jacko with Holmesy right on the back, gonna go yet another lap. So he's almost certainly going for a one stop, as probably most other cars that have pitted already going for a 2 stop. As Abu Dhabi may provide some excitement after all. Sam getting around Scavney there. I don't know why it did that. Keeps putting me on. Apparently it just wants to put me on Ginnett when I do that. Which is unfortunate, because that's a good camera view. Yep. Dang it. As there you see Holmesy around Jacko now. And oh, Sparks kind of half ascend there, but he's probably got the better tires at the moment, as Jacko's, I'm sure, falling away. But they're on the back DRS straight. Both the cars trailing have the DRS. Sparks gets the move to the inside. Gets it done. Jacko gonna have to back off. That's giving Holmesy a good second and a half on Jacko already. But Ginnett is catching the leaders who have yet to pit. And there you see Sparks with a little curb hop. Jacko and Ginnett keeping it nice and clean. Racing Point gonna be net lead with Ginnett once these couple pit. Here's Jacko now into the pit lane as Ginnett only 9 seconds behind. At the time of Jacko going in the pit lane, we'll ride on board. We'll watch the Racing Point pit crew do their thing. So he's gonna go soft tires off, medium tires on, down and away. Nice and smooth. Sam will get ahead. Seabury as well. Jacko, you see now downhill under the tunnel on the awkward pit lane exit here at Abu Dhabi. Now he's up and around, back out. It'll filter him back out on track into 6th place. Let's add that up. That's 4, 6, and 14. That's 22-ish seconds behind Holmesy. So yeah, about a 22 second pit lane, which I guess is not too bad. As who's that's T-Bird. T-Bird, retirement. He must have spun and hit the wall there, so that is a full field safety car. As now we need to see who has pitted and who has not. As Holmesy, Sparks, Seabury, Bacon, Keza, Jalen without pit stops as his car disappears right there. So T-Bird will finish 19th with the DNF. It's big gainers, Sparks and Holmesy there. Seabury as well, Bacon. So safety car, full force safety car. It's going to leave Holmesy into the pit lane. Here's Sparks. Not sure if he got penalty time for that as they flew into the pit lane. As Ginnett also going to go into the pit lane. Sam Barrett does not, so he should come out in first place, but with less fresh tires, obviously, as Seabury also into the pit lane will take his mandatory stop. Jacko gonna come out behind Holmesy and Sparks in 4th place. Ginnett, as Keza gets the 5-second speeding, as there's gonna be some double stacks as ins and outs. As Keza out, Scavney in, Red Bull. We're almost prepared for it, but not quite. So unfortunate, everybody going into the pit lane though, as that will be everybody's stop. As you see, T Widow gets the brunt of that double stop of Grumpy Catman and the Haas team. Scavney as well will come out. So a lot of teams, second drivers hurt there by the double stack under the safety car, but the positives is they will get to catch up under the safety car. Just about halfway through the race, everyone's got their pit stops. Looks like everybody but a few: Holmesy, Sparks, Seabury, and Scavney on softs. Jalen on the hards, everybody else on the mediums. We're probably not going to stop again. I imagine nobody will want or need to. Bit of penalty time spread you see there. A couple 3s, couple 6s. 8 for Keza, 9 for Seabury. As we will be past the halfway this time by, with Sam Barrett leading, Holmesy 2nd, Sparks 3rd, then the Racing Point team, Jacko and Ginnett, Taylor 6th, Seabury 7th, Mark 8th, Bacon 9th, Keza 10th. Plenty of time, plenty of racing left for everyone Further back, Dace 11th, Grumpy Old Catman 12th, Oil Cane, Rusty 13th, Will 14th, Jalen, F.I., Scavney, T-Widow 18th. There's Sam behind the safety car. I'm going to take a minute, take a drink. Alright, I got me a little Red Bull. Support my team, Tier 2. Team Red Bull. Sugar-free variety. Team Red Bull in 10th and 17th here. Tier 1, safety car in this lap. Sam letting the safety car get well away. Holmesy, Sparks, Jacko, Jennett. Field bunching up a little bit. Looks like a tiny bit of shenanigans though. Sam down, Mark, excuse me, Sam now. Down and away, green flag. Sparks looking inside of Holmesy. Keeps it contact free. And a good jump there from Sam. Got away from these two. Sparks gonna press the luck. A little bit of a bump, little wiggle. Makes Holmesy wiggle. So Sparks pushing his way to the front. Jacko and Jennett just gonna hold on to the back of them two. They've got penalty time to play with. Do the racing points, who are clean past the halfway mark. Sam well away. Holmesy back past Sparks now, as we will not have DRS for a couple laps still, so it's going to be about who gets the better traction out of the corners. Here's Holmesy. Got better traction out of that corner. Well, maybe not. Sparks looking to make a little bit of a move now. You see the little spread, single file toward the back. Looks like Keza a little bit of side by side. Right on the back of Bacon. Sam got well away, so his restart tactic worked to his advantage very well. As we watch as Taylor goes way off. Not sure if there was a bump there, but he definitely lost wing. Almost a full wing. And 10-second time penalty. Appeal that. We will get that removed for you. There's no reason to add insult to injury. Getting out of the way with an injured car. But unfortunate, they will be into the pit lane. Keep your head up. There could always be another safety car. Here's Sparks. Looks like he's going to be back trying to battle with Holmesy, get around him for that second place. Tentatively, of course, pending penalty time. We've got quite a few drivers now with penalty time. Here's Mark. So we'll get DRS next lap around. Mark looked like he made up a little bit of ground there on Seabury in 6th. Scavney getting around Rusty for 14th. Gonna free him up, make his way up toward Jalen. Back towards some possible point scoring positions. As since the restart, the top 5's held steady. Sam got that second advantage and is holding it. DRS will be enabled next lap. Looks like Sparks and Honesy was very similar pace, keeping that 4 or 5 tenths of a second gap. There you see the DRS enabled. Honesy throws down fastest lap of the race with a 1:37.6. And on a little push to possibly be in Sam's DRS. Come around the hairpin into the DRS straight. So we'll hang on board here with Honesy for a little bit. See if he can get around. Jacko and Jennett would definitely take podium on penalty time at the moment. So they're just biding their time. We've got 12 to go. Sam, a little lockup. Looks like Sparks gaining some ground there on the top 2. See if you hear his DRS beep. See the wings open in front of him and in his rear view. So he's going to have to make a little bit of a swerve, hard brake. As Honesy and Sparks have caught Sam, so here we go. It's race time now. Sam going to be holding them off for now. Honesy on the soft tires, as is Sparks, Jacko, and Jennett. Oh, and Jennett takes penalty time, so he's going to have to either hope the guys ahead get more, or he's going to have to make some moves. He's going to be content for now, though. Hang behind Jacko. Hope these two in ahead will almost certainly have to wear their tires out sooner. With 10 to go, they're going to be fighting and defending. Honesy just can't quite get close enough to get all the way around or alongside Sam for a move. As they're out of the hairpin. He's gonna get the... Nope, that's back on with Sparks. Oop, so there's Sam. That's gonna be goofy on my camera again. But Sam, a little bit of a lockup again. Looks like he may be heating his tires, getting the pressure now from Honesy. The front of the field, DRS open, definitely gives him that good 20-30 horsepower at least boost. Can they control it is the question. Get around him in the tight third sector. And you see Mark and Seabury lurking, just waiting for any one of these guys to have that slip up. There's now 10 to go. There's definitely late race action nearly every week. There's something going on with 5 to go. Something will happen, bring everyone back together. As this train keeps on rolling there now. Sam, Honesy, Sparks, Jacko, Jennett, your top 5 since the restart. Coming through Sector 1. Into the first of chicanes. To the hairpin, the hard left-hand hairpin. Sparks gonna try a possible crossover there. Jacko watching it all unfold. Probably preserving his fuel, preserving his ERS, preserving his tires. He's got plenty of time to bide, with penalty time to bide as well. For Jacko, good avoiding there. Excuse me. Scavney just was going to switch there, but he gets around. Looks like Scavney now to 12th. Pressing. Sparks looking to make a move. Hard on the brakes. A glow in there for Sparks. Doing everything he can to try to get around the Ferrari of Honesy, including taking that 3-second penalty time. Honesy going to fight it off for now. Sparks goes way deep, but is going to get the move. Gets the move made finally. And there's Sam Sparks. That's got Honesy vulnerable now to the Racing Point squad behind. Everyone gonna have DRS in this train. Chasing down Sam. As we're now on to lap 20 of 28. CC Barry into the pit lane. Not sure if he had damage or what, but that's gonna cost him all the way to the back of the field. 17th, 18th place. With 8 to go, so he's gonna be hoping for a excuse me, for a not a penalty, a safety car. That's what I was trying to say there. Sam still holding them off. He's just got the pace, got the throttle down out of the corner early enough to hold off the DRS charge. As that's a Rusty, looks like Rusty, just a local yellow. Everything's fine there. As we're still with Jacko. I would think the Racing Points would have the advantage. Depending on how hard Sam has had to use his tires, I think the Racing Points have not. As they really not defending each other. Kind of just watching, waiting for Honesy and Sparks. Seeing if they make a mistake. There you see Sparks with more pit penalty time, and he drops into the pit lane, so he's gonna fall out of the points. Sparks does. Interesting. Not sure what strategy call that is with 7 to go. Soft tires I don't think are gonna catch you up to 20-some seconds. Well, that's all on your personal preference. So that puts Jacko and Honesy. Jacko on the podium now. See if they can track down Scavney. Excuse me, Sam out front. As Scavney is up into the points in 10th now. So good recovery from the double stack pit stop. Starting the safety car at the back of the field. It was a quiet run from the back from Dace and Keza and Will as well, with a good solid run. Bacon up to 6th. The AlphaTauri team, kind of a ho-hum 6th. He's got Keza on him though. See if Keza can make a move as their ERSs are flashing away. Keza ducks to the inside. Hard brake. Bacon gets it back. Oh, and a bump from behind from Dace is going to send Keza spinning. He keeps it off the wall. Oh, he almost kept it off the wall damage-free till that very last little bump there. It's very unfortunate. Keza spins. He gets it. Oh, and he gets disqualified for a wrong way. That was a boo on that disqualification game. Boo. Very much so, boo. I don't know, I can't even continue after that. Boo on that game. That was not a disqualification. What are you supposed to do? Sam still leading. Honesy still second. Jacko still third. Net second on penalty time at the moment. Again, it just hanging out. Mark solid up to 5th. Bacon, Scavney 8th now. Will 7th. Catman up to 11th, as Dace, I believe, must have damage. Looks like he's fallen off the pace. As FI and T-Widow now catching the Mercedes there on the first DRS straight. We're on board Jacko. Honesy 6 to go on them soft tires. See if he can make them last, as Taylor's into the pit lane again. So Sparks with the late pit already back into the points, up to 10th, and probably the freshest tires other than those just pitting now. So it could, I mean, he was in 3rd place, so I'm not sure if he'll net that far back up through the field, but he'll certainly should score some points. As we're on board, yeah, we'll go on board with Jacko. Through Sector 1 now, lap 23. So 5 to go after this. Sparks goes fastest lap of the race as well. So those fresh softs, as of right now, paying another point. As yes, Dace now into the pit lane. The Mercedes must have had damage from the Keza bump. As Holmesy and Sam keep just enough of that distance. Excuse me, Holmesy and Sam keep the distance, just enough distance on Jacko, even with the DRS. I think Jacko possibly saving his tires. You see his ERS bar is pretty full, so you can have a good couple lap push toward the end of the race. It seems like you don't use a whole lot of ERS percentage wise through Sector 3, so you can rebuild it quickly, especially if you're trailing cars. Let off that little bit earlier. Now on the pit straight, 5 to go. Sam, Honesy, Jacko getting it behind. Mark in 5th place right now, would overtake in it on penalty time as well. So positions are changing. Scavney now up to 9th, you see, battling with Will in the Sector 1. Like Sparks and Jalen too, up for 7th and 8th. Switchback move. Fresh softs on old hards. I believe Sparks will get that move made. He does. Jalen will have the DRS assist. But he knows Sparks has the... Ooh, he's gonna duck back inside though. So even though he knows Sparks should have the pace advantage with the soft tires, ooh, a little bit of a bump, but clean enough. Nice side by side there, boys. Sparks and Jalen. That lets Scavney catch up a little bit. And Will just behind Scavney. Catman and T-Widow, Team Haas just behind that. Just out of the points, but not out yet. There's 5 to go, 4.5 to go. Sam leading under the hotel. Holmesy still 2nd. Jacko and Ginnett putting a little bit more pressure on the back of the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo. As ooh, there's a local yellow. Looks like one of the Renaults possibly was slow. No positions changing hands, so everyone keeps right on moving. Ginnett sends it in. Oh, Ginnett sends it inside hard on Jacko and into the wall big time. That will certainly be a safety car at the minimum. There you see. Ginnett with a huge into the wall. Not sure that didn't. There was not contact. I don't know if he just lost it on the hard break in. Ginnett into the wall. VSC now 2.5, 3 to go. Big hit for the Racing Point. Had podium locked up there. Went for possibly second and third. VSC back. VSC gone, I mean. Green flag. Sam with 1 second advantage on Honesy. With 3 laps to go, and 3 laps and a sector 3. As the top 4 are well ahead of 5th place Bacon. Make that 5th place Sparks. Just got around Bacon. Jalen Will Scavney, Catman now in 10th. T Widow 11th. This is Sam now excuse me, into the second to last turn. Right-hander, last right-hander. We'll start lap 26, 3 to go. Sam's just got to keep it clean. Jacko just got to keep it clean to take a position. Mark of Kenya as well could sneak onto the podium due to his teammate's penalty. But Jacko's going to try to get around Holmesy here within this next lap or two. Give us a fight for a finish. No penalty time fight. Holmesy not gonna let it go. Nope, Holmesy does let it go. So maybe the softs aren't that soft anymore. That didn't make any sense. But it does release Jacko to chase Sam now. With 2.5 laps to go. As Taylor goes fastest lap. So the fresh softs late in the race certainly paying dividends. Taylor maybe just took that point away from someone else in the field. As Mark gets around Holmesy, as I think the softs are starting to go. It was quite a stretch. It was what, 15, 16 lap stretch from that. As Catman gets around Scavney now. As well, he's got 12. Oh no, Sparks retires. What happened there? Just out of that corner is an odd place to DNF, so that's gonna move everyone up again. As now looks like just a local yellow. We're not gonna have any full course safety car. As Sam, Jacko gonna be able to fight it out. DRS back available. We'll get rid of that. We don't need that on there. So now 1.5 laps to go. Jacko DRS open. Takes the move to the inside. Gonna get inside Sam. Hard lockup for Sam. Jacko gets it done. Sam back. Will not get the DRS. I believe Jacko will still get the... No, it does switch over to Sam that fast. Gonna get the pushback. I don't know if he's got the ERS to do it. They're side by side through the next chicane. Let's say give me a better view for that. We got 1 to go. Jacko gonna hold the lead into the final sector now. See if Sam can save up a battery, possibly make a move for the lead. Sam and Jacko now. One to go. White flag coming around. As he takes the final corner, white flag out. 1 more lap. Jacko ahead of Sam, ahead of Mark, ahead of Honesy. And then there's a gap back for 5th. See if Jacko can hold. Looks like Sam's falling back just a little bit. I don't know if he's going to have enough ERS. His ERS is gone. Jacko's got not much, but more than Sam for sure. We'll see if Sam can get any kind of push. As Mark also Closing in on the back of Sam with no penalty time. So these top three racing for racing, no penalties. Looks like that's possibly going to be the podium. Mark not quite close enough to make a move on Sam. Jacko clean break into that. Back on the throttle into the second DRS zone. So Mark gonna get the DRS open on Sam, see if he can get a push into the final sector, maybe get a move for second place. It would be a huge send from there. Oh, he's gonna get on the back though, he's gonna peak. Takes a peek. Oh, and he gets the penalty time there right at the very last lap. It's gonna cost him. He is far enough ahead of Holmesy, who also has penalty time, for that not to matter, but it will not get him second place, as now Jacko coming around, bided his time very well, got 2 seconds in the last couple laps, and will come around, will take the lead by leading one and only lap. That's all you need to lead, is the last one. Jacko with the win, Sam second, Mark third. Here comes Holmesy across the line in fourth. Now Jalen and Bacon both with penalty time, so this could swap over. Fifth to sixth. Jalen gets, yes, Bacon fifth, Jalen sixth. Will, quiet ho-hum, nice seventh place run from Will there. We'll bump up to sixth on the penalty time. Seabury got back in the points, as Catman's penalty-free action gets him 8th place yet again. As penalty time there you see drops T-Widow and Seabury out of the points, as FI will get a couple, Scavney will get one. What a race. Every time these boys are quite entertaining. This is JK Esports Tier 1 Season 3. It's my honor to announce these guys out there, as Taylor does take fastest lap of the race and 13th place. Super sub Rusty coming in 14th in the McLaren. Good run for Rusty. Comes across the line, a little bit of penalty time, but will finish 14th. And that'll do it. So a great drive from Jacko for the win. Sam Barrett will hold on to second. Mark of Kenya pushed a great push on the last lap and a half, but couldn't quite get second place, but we'll hold on for third. Here you see him on the podium. There's Sam celebrating. Jacko spraying his Racing Point guy in the back there, saying congrats on the victory. So there it is, Jacko, the one stop, Sam with the one stop, 1-2, Mark of Kenya third with the late penalty time that didn't cost him a position. Holmesy fourth, Bacon fifth, good run from 17th for Bacon. Will sixth, Jalen 7th, Catman 8th, FI 9th, Scavney 10th will round out the points. T-Widow, Seabury, Taylor, Rusty, Dace, Sparks, Ginnett with the late accident, Keza 18th, T-Bird 19th. I said fastest lap there was Taylor with the late pit stop, the late softs. But again, Racing Point and Jacko celebrate a win in round 5, Abu Dhabi. That will give them the constructors lead over the Alfa Romeo team. Let me check real quick where we're going to be next week. I should know this by now, but I do not. Come on, mouse, work. Oh, I hate when my computer does this. Next week is Silverstone, Great Britain, round 6. So we'll see you all there. Saturday nights, JK Esport, F1 Racing. I am Spaceman 47 Yo. Thank you for watching. Good night.